In this lesson, we will learn how to implement selection sort algorithm in Java. This is the Java code that implements selection algorithm. In the selection algorithm, we need another method, search minimum index. This method search for the minimum number in the number array, starting from the index I. And it returns the index of the minimum number. We will first study and understand the search minimum index method before we move back to selection sort code. For example, if we pass in the integer array with 6, 7 and 4, and I is 1, is will search for the minimum number starting from index 1. The minimum number in the number array, starting from index 1, is 4. Since the index of 4 is 2, this method will return 2. Exercise time. Assume we have an integer array numbers with 7, 1, 3, 2 and 5, and I as 2. What is the value of lowest index? Pause the video and work out the answer. Review your answer in the next slide. Exercise review. The value of lowest index should be 3. Now let's take a look at the search minimum index method. This method takes in an integer array numbers and an integer from index. Assume the integer array numbers has content of 4, 7 and 6. And from index has a value of 1. First, we assign the integer and numbers array at index from index to the variable lowest num. As from index has the value 1, so lowest num will have the value 7. Next we assign the value of from index to the variable lowest index. So lowest index will have the value 1. Next, we enter a for loop with I as the loop counter. The loop counter I loop from 1 to 2. In the first loop, we compare current lowest number with array integer numbers 1. Lowest number is currently 7. Array integer numbers 1 is currently 7. So the condition is false. Next, I is incremented to 2. In the second loop, we compare current lowest number with array integer numbers 2. Lowest number is currently 7. Array integer numbers 1 is currently 6. So the condition is true. Since the condition is true, it means a new lowest number is found. So we set lowest num to 6 and lowest index to 2. Finally, the loop has ended and it returned the lowest index, which is 2. Practice time. Pause the video and code this example. Test the method with different set of integer array and from index. Now, let's walk through the selection sort code. First, we have an integer array 6, 7 and 4 for sorting. Next we have a for loop with a loop counter I. I will count from 0 to 2. Next, we pass the number array and I to search minimum index method. Since I is 0, it will search for the minimum integer in the number array from index 0 to 2. Since 4 is the minimum, it returns the index of 4, which is 2. Since we found an integer that is lower than the integer at index I, we swap the two integer. So we swap 6 and 4. Next, I is incremented to 1. Since I is 1, it will search for the minimum integer in the number array from index 1 to 2. Since 6 is the minimum, it returns the index of 6, which is 2. We found an integer that is lower than the integer at index I. We swap the two integer. So we swap 7 and 6. Next, I is incremented to 2. Since I is 2, it will search for the minimum integer in the number array from index 2 to 2. Since 7 is the minimum, it returns the index of 7, which is 2. A new highest number is not found. We skip the if block. And finally, we reach the last item in the numbers array. And the selection sort process stops here. And we print the new sorted integer array here. Practice time. Pause the video and code this example. Remember to include the search minimum index method. Change the integer array content and size and test the code again. Exercise time. Change the integer array to a string array and sort it according to the length of the strings, from short to long. Pause the video and do this exercise. Review your exercise in the next slide. Exercise review. This is the search minimum index method for string array. This is the selection sorting for string array.